Hey peeps, we're back today. It's your boy Aiden here with the week 4 picks. I have to scroll up a little bit because I'm new. This is my second take. Uh, I predicted a whole bunch of these games and realized the video was way too long, so I'm gonna try to cut it out. I'm gonna shorten it. Okay, so Jets, Broncos. I picked the Broncos. I'm probably gonna change the score, but I think I actually remember it. I'm going to say 17-13 Broncos. Broncos are just overall better team. I think Jeff Driscoll is still starting this week. I don't care. I think he's got enough spice to him to at least put up 17 points against the Jets, especially against that awful defense. The Jets' defense is just bad. The Jets' offense is worse. The Jets are probably still starting Sam Darnold. At some point, Joe Flacco's gonna get the start for this team. It ain't gonna be this week, but it's probably gonna happen around week 6, week 7, most likely, because eventually the coaching staff is gonna give up on Sam Darnold, and guess what? Joe Flacco ain't even gonna make this team better. You know, he could even come in at the second half of this game. It could happen, and he ain't gonna make it better. He ain't gonna make it better. Broncos win 17-13. Ravens football team. Okay, so Washington is a bad team. The Ravens got shellacked on Monday night by the Chiefs. Lamar is going to be motivated. Mark Andrews is going to be motivated. They are a better team overall, I think, than the Washington football team. The Ravens about to win this game very hard. 35 points to the Ravens, 10 to the Washington football team. Ravens take it 35-10. Chargers, Bucks. Tom Brady versus an inexperienced quarterback. Buccaneers are a better team. I gotta go with the Bucks on this one. Buccaneers 28, Chargers 24. Easy win at home for the Buccaneers. Seahawks versus Dolphins. I like the Dolphins more, but I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. I would say they got the second best quarterback in the league. Russ is playing better than Mahomes right now, which is insane because they're both playing so great. But I think Mahomes in the long run, well, he's younger, and I think he's better. Although, you know what? No. Forget about that. Russ is better than Mahomes, and I'll tell you why. Russ is better than Mahomes because Mahomes has the weapons. All Russ got is Tyler Lockett and a bad defense. And the Chiefs have a better defense than the Seahawks. And there are just so many facts. I think Patrick Mahomes is really good. But I think if you took some of the weapons away, he would decline a little bit. It's going to happen eventually. We are eventually going to see the level of Patrick Mahomes' play decline because the Chiefs cannot keep all their players. When that happens, it'll be okay. They'll still be a playoff team. They just won't be as good. It happens to everybody. But, that being said, Russ is going to put up at least 40 points on that Dolphins defense. And I feel like there's a little bit of Fitz magic in this game, but not enough to win the game. I feel like Fitz could even throw for 3 touchdowns. That only gives the Dolphins 21 points. That's not going to be enough to beat the Seahawks. I believe the Dolphins will score 28 points, but I actually do believe the Seahawks are going to score at least 40. I believe they're going to score at least 40. So I'll say 40-28. Vikings, Texans. They're both 0-3. The Texans have a bit of a different story. The Texans have had to play... This is true. The Texans have played teams. They have played 2 undefeated teams and the Ravens. They have played 3 of the best teams in the NFL, and they're 0-3 because of it. The Vikings, however, have not played 3 of the best teams in the NFL, and they're still 0-3. They played, if I'm going to look up the Vikings record right now. I'm going to pull this up. Vikings. Not the TV show, the football team. Maybe Minnesota football. There we go. The Vikings have played the Packers, a very good team. The Colts, Yeah, they've played good teams as well. Okay, forget about what I said. But here's the difference, though. They've played two undefeated teams, the Titans and Packers. Here's the difference. Here's the difference. The Steelers are, I believe, a better team than the Titans. The Chiefs are the best team in the NFL. The Ravens, when you compare them, like the Colts and Ravens are both 2-1. When you compare the Ravens to the Colts, the Ravens are a lot better than the Colts. To me, the Texans have had a harder schedule by a lot. And you look at these games, they got absolutely shellacked by the Colts. And the Colts aren't even that great. Like, the Colts are probably going to be vying for a playoff spot at some point. But they might not even make the playoffs, depending. Right? But at the same time, they looked better last week. But I still feel like the Texans get the dub here. I would say probably 28-24. I would give that 28-24 Texans. Saints Lions. The Saints probably should not be 1-2. The Lions should be 1-2. The Saints are a better team. The Lions, when they play teams like the Saints, kind of fall over and collapse. Saints win the game. Probably. I'm going to give them 42 to 42-30. It's going to be a high-scoring game. 42-30 Saints. Browns Cowboys. Dak is better. Dak is better than Mayfield. I'll say it. Dak is better. You look at what Dak has done this season versus what Baker's done this season. Dak is better. The Cowboys have been playing well. They just don't. They've had a tough go of it. They've had a tough go. They played Seattle. Probably one of the Seattle's a top 3 team this year. Easily. I think the top 3 teams right now are Seattle, Chiefs, and I say Seattle should be number 1 right now. Seattle's number 1. Chiefs, Ravens. Seattle, Chiefs, Ravens. Ravens are 3. Right? Those are the best teams. The Cowboys played one of them. And they beat the Falcons because the Falcons are choke artists. And they lost to the Rams, another decent team. The Browns lost to the Ravens. Right? And then they went and they played 2 teams that are not that great. Who cares? Dak's better. Easy. Cowboys win 28-24. That's what I'll say. They're also at home. Dak plays well at home. Jags Bengals. Jags are gonna win. The Jags are gonna win that game. 28-23. 28-23. Colts Bears. Bears are gonna be 4-0. I know that might shock people, but they're gonna be 4-0. They're gonna be 4-0. 27-24. Feeling generous. 27-24 Bears. Cardinals, Panthers. Cardinals. Easy. Kyler is going to tear apart that defense of the Panthers. And the Cardinals are a lot better than the Panthers. Straight up. They're a lot better. 35-28. 35-28 Cardinals. Giants, Rams. Easy. Giants are so bad. Daniel Jones impressed me last season. Daniel Jones no longer impresses me. The Giants don't have Saquon. The Giants are bad anyway. The Rams have a decently easy schedule for them. But at the same time, they're going to shellac the Giants. They're probably going to put up at least 40. I'll give it 42-10. 42-10, I'll give it. Give it to me. Bills Raiders, I love this matchup. Best matchup in the entire week. Best matchup the entire week. I love it. Man, Josh Allen is putting on a freaking clinic this season, though. I'll tell you. The Raiders are really high-powered offense, though. They're high-powered offense. They have a bad defense, though. They have both. This is going to be a high-scoring game, I guarantee. I guarantee. I don't know why, but my gut is telling me the Raiders. I don't want to bet against the Bills, but my gut is my gut is telling me Raiders. My gut is telling me to pick the Raiders here, and the only reason my gut is telling me to pick the Raiders is mostly just because they're at home. I'm gonna go even. This is gonna be this is 35-34. That's it. 35-34 Raiders. 1 point. Alright, I'm cutting that part out. Pats Chiefs. Chiefs, easy. This is a game people have talked about. This has been a game that has been the AFC Championship before. Chiefs are at home. They just beat the crap out of the Ravens. I think the Ravens are a better team than the Pats. I do think Cam Newton will do better against the Chiefs than Lamar did, just because A, he has a better coach, and B, he is more experienced. That being said, the Patriots are not as good as the Ravens. I mean, the Chiefs can make any defense look silly. They made the Ravens defense look silly. The Patriots are very methodical. Let's move the ball down the field type of slow team. They're a slower team at moving the ball down the field, which might be a little bit. It's a decent game playing against the Chiefs. But when the Chiefs can just score like that on any given play, yeah, the Patriots are in for a rough ride. They're in for a little bit of a rough ride, I think. I'm going to give it to the Chiefs. They're going to be 4-0. Eagles, Niners. Man, the Eagles are so bad. The Niners proved last week they can still beat up on bad teams without Jimmy G. Alright, I don't care who that starting quarterback is. The Niners are going to pound the rock, and they are going to pound it effectively. The Eagles barely tied against the Bengals last week, and if it weren't for a couple of dropped touchdowns by Bengals receivers, they would have lost that game last week. I'm gonna go 26-17. I feel like the Eagles can score around 17 to 24 points on just about any team. Right? Their offense is at least good enough to do that. But Carson Wentz is not playing well this season. Just straight up, he's not playing well. And honestly, the Eagles need him to play well to actually win. So there's that. It's sad, but it's true. Man, this game, oh my god, the Falcons, holy good lord. Whew. Falcons, man. Now that is a game. That is a game. Oh man, the Falcons. Wow. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. I can't say anything more than wow, because the Falcons have had such a bad season. They have literally, the Falcons, this is a story right here. The Falcons have had a lead going into halftime in every single game that they've played so far. And they have literally lost every single lead. They have lost every single halftime lead that they've had this season. That's it right there. Worst part is they're playing against the Packers this week. That's spicy. Aaron Rodgers is going to carve up the Falcons. 45 points. Let's give him 45. 45 points to GB. Green Bay 45. Green Bay is going to have 45 points. The Falcons are going to have 28. 45-28. Packers. Now, it says this game is not scheduled yet, and the reason for that is because the Titans had a bit of a COVID outbreak on their team. And it surprises me that who played it? The Vikings. The Vikings did not, apparently. Because the Vikings the Vikings are playing this week for sure, and the Titans might not be. So, yeah, we're still gonna predict this game though. I don't know how the NFL is gonna handle this because it says to be determined, which makes me think that they might just make it like a second Monday night game, maybe, or they'll postpone it till like the end of the season and just give these two teams a bye week or something. But I'm gonna predict this game now just in case it does happen this week. Because it probably still will happen this week. The NFL just has to figure out what they're gonna do. And since Tennessee is dealing with a little bit of a COVID issue, I will go with the Steelers. Normally I would like Tennessee in this matchup, but because of the COVID issue, I will go with the Steelers. I don't think the Steelers are going to put up more than 30 points on the Titans, so I'll give them 27. And even with the COVID issue, even if that does weaken them, and by the way, both teams are good. 3-0, 3-0. We're talking two undefeated teams. One of these teams is going to get their first loss this season. And I hate to admit it, but I don't think it's going to be the Steelers. If I'm giving the Steelers, I'll give it 27-24 Steelers. I like the way both teams play. Any game with this is a really fun game to watch for me, right? Because I'm a Ravens fan, so I root against the Steelers. I want the Titans to win this, but I'm gonna pick the Steelers here just because I know they're probably going to beat the Titans just due to the circumstances. Unless this game gets postponed and they give both teams a bye week this week to let the Titans get their shit under control with the COVID stuff. That would make sense to me. But at the same time, if they do go ahead and play it this week with the Titans on a little bit of a weaker team due to their COVID situation, if they do go ahead and they do that, I think it'll be okay. Then again, the thing is, the whole Titans team is probably going to have to be tested. I mean, they're testing the players and people every day. But, I think we'll probably know closer to someday whether this game is going to happen or not. But for right now, I'm predicting a Steelers victory set 27 to 24. All right, so that's the end of that. It's a bit longer than I wanted it to be, but it's a lot shorter than the original. So, yeah, that's the end of that. That's the Week 4 picks. We'll see you next week for Week 5.